Hey old soul, just over a year ago I sold everything I owned in Australia and moved with my ex-husband and 3 kids to this beautiful land of Bali. Now I travel first class around the world, teaching people how to manifest their dream life. If you're ready to step into a paradigm that's so wild, so freeing, so abundant, then you're exactly where you need to be. Welcome. It is such a beautiful day in sunny Bali. Today, I am sitting in my bedroom, avoiding 3 kids going wild. We just had to go out to lunch, but I had a strong pull to share this with you because I know that there's someone out there that this is really going to help. It's official. Yesterday, in the eyes of the Australian court, after so many loops and hurdles of like being in Bali, because you know they're like don't recognize Bali lawyers and all these types of things. We had to go to, it was a lengthy process to get divorced, but it's official. It's stamped, it's approved, I'm officially divorced. And yes, I've been separated for many years, but this is a huge milestone because it's the end of an era for me. It's the end of a chapter. And you're always going to notice in your life ends of eras, ends of chapters, ends of things. And my marriage was the biggest success. Honestly, it was a huge success because I learned so much. I grew so much. The version I was that I could see, like I could see all my wounds in that marriage. I could see the worst version of me. And through being able to see the worst version of me, I could become the best version of me. And life is this constant evolution of going through loops and pulls and things. And what we do in our society that, there is no right or wrong, good or bad. But we love to label. We love to be like, oh, you're divorced. That is bad. Your value goes down the drain. I just want you to think about this for 1 second. Imagine me with a $100 bill. I've got a $100 bill. Imagine me scrunching it up, standing on it, jumping on it, putting it in the trash. How much is it still worth? It's still worth $100. It's still absolutely worth $100. And I just want to remind you that no matter what you're going through, no matter what you've been through, it does not ever tarnish your value. It will never, ever, ever take away how valuable you are. I am so much more than any label society will throw on me. And the truth is, everything in your life is the greatest success that there has ever been. Every single thing in your life is the most greatest success there has ever been. This is quite funny, actually. My daughter put this in my room last night, and look at the top of that cake. It's literally like 555. Big changes are coming. How funny is that? How funny is that? So I'm here to remind you that through a really long process of being married, of seeing the worst version of me, of all of the craziness that came out in that marriage, it was the biggest success. And my divorce was a huge success, and we're still really good friends, and we'll always be good friends because we have 3 young kids together, and we're growing and we're evolving and we're moving and we're expanding. And I just want to remind you, I was talking to a friend about this yesterday. We're having coffee and we kind of like fast tracked, and I was like fast tracking, before I had kids just over a decade ago. And I was like, literally just over a decade ago, I was hooking up with drug dealers in bathrooms, like addicted to all these things under the sun. I was so unhappy. I just wanted to leave life. Like I was so ready to just leave. I was just like, oh my gosh, get me out of this. Absolutely get me out of this. Fast forward just over a decade, and I am somebody that I cannot believe. I am this potent, powerful woman that has money flowing as effortlessly as air, that has DMs every single day from strangers all around the world going, oh my gosh, you've changed my life so much. I'm so glad I found you. It feels like you're speaking to my soul. And it makes me emotional because it was just a decade. And it was not me constantly striving. It was me just turning up and being me. Me not trying to seek validation, me not trying to be anything other than what I'm not, me just being me, discarding all the pieces that I'm not, because I was not that broken person that was snorting crack in bathroom toilets. I was not that person. That was wounds, that was trauma, that was damage, that was me just trying to do anything I could to stay alive. And through that journey, I don't devalue myself by any means. If anything, it's added value to who I am because I know what pain feels like. I know how easy it is to fall into the cracks. I know how easy it is to be depressed when life is throwing you lemons and you don't know how to make lemonade. The truth is, back then I didn't have the tools I do now. I wish I knew myself now, because I would have been able to help myself then. And the thing is, you have no idea how much you grow in a decade. And I look at it and I'm like, fuck, in 10 years from now, my life is going to be insane. Like, I just cannot even wait to show you guys how insane it's going to be. But I just wanted to remind you that quantum leaping is a crazy journey. And actually last year, because it was the year of the 7, 2023, so the year of the 7, I went through so many lessons. I actually quantum leaped last year, like 10 years. It was insane. Like, the person I started last year off as was like a 10-year quantum leap to the end of last year. And Bali truly is the place where you quantum leap and you quantum leap and you quantum leap and you quantum leap. And it is wild. It is crazy. It will activate you. It will move through you. The life force energy that you've never felt before will come up through your root chakra and activate you in ways that you've probably never felt before. And you start to feel this energy, this frequency that is so far beyond anything that you've ever felt. And honestly, the Kundalini energy that I channel every single day, that I feel in me, that I'm constantly feeling and channeling and moving within me, is more potent than any of the drugs I ever took. And I took a lot of drugs back then, and I'm not condoning drugs. That's not something I do now. That was a very old version of me, but it's a very, very, very potent energy. And when you can activate that within you, then you can go to the next level really, really, really beautifully and effortlessly and just in sync. You know, you just want to be able to ride the current in this life, and the current moves so fast. And when you jump on the current, it will move you to places that you never thought possible. And the truth is, like, my marriage had a slow current for many, many, many years because I was off path. I wasn't where I was meant to be, but I don't ever believe that you're not where you're meant to be. I just believe that there is your current for your life, and there's the shadow of your current, and there's the highest possible timeline of the current of your life. And when you fall into the shadow, the current goes slowly because the current never stops moving. Things are always moving in the current, but if you're kind of on the outskirts of the current, they move slower, but your life's always moving in the direction that it gets to go. But then sometimes you're like holding on for dear life, like you're holding on to things because you're resisting it, and what resists persists. And all you need to do is let go and just let go, and the current will take you, it will move you, it will expand you, it will guide you. And then one day you'll wake up and go, holy crap, this is a light beyond my wildest dreams. Oh my God, I'm getting emotional again. I'm like literally looking at mountains and I'm just like, this is a life beyond my wildest dreams. This is an absolute life beyond my wildest dreams. And I couldn't have lived this if I was still married. And sometimes it's going to make no sense. And sometimes it's going to make no sense why you do the things that your soul is guiding you to do, but do them anyway. Listen to the whispers anyway. Jump in when it feels uncomfortable anyway. Get resourceful anyway. Like, just lean in. Lean in, because it will serve you greater than anything else in this entire world will. So if you're feeling the call to get back onto the current of your life and be pulled instead of forcing, and just glide and flow and move mountains because you are just so alive again, and you find that life force energy within you, then please click on the link below. I invite you to apply to come to Bali in May. It is going to change your absolute life. And I have no doubt about it. I have no doubt about it. The people that are already booked in are phenomenal old souls. And you will just make it so, so, so beautiful. So if you feel the call, click on the link below. You will know I love you. I see you. And have the most magical, beautiful, phenomenal day. Big love, wealthy old soul.